Here we come, love and tea. Here we come, love and tea. Here we come, we're singing praises to your son, yeah. Oh, love and tea. Here we come, love and tea. Here we come, love and tea. Here we come, we're singing praises to your son, yeah. Oh, love and tea.
I was asking myself, how do I choose from 5 of my favorite children? You know, because I consider my songs like my children. So when people ask me, what's your favorite song or your best song? I say, well, the one I'm doing presently, because I'm putting everything I can into it, you know.
To your son, yeah. Oh, love and tea. Here we come. Here we come. Here we come. Here we come. Here we come.
Pelham had started a melody, ba-ba-dee-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. So I said, Rudolph Jazz had just passed, so I said, you know something, maybe we could do something with this song in tribute to Rudolph Jazz. So then he said, yeah, that's a good idea. We do something about the trail. I said, who's Trail? He said, well, that's one of Rudolph's name, you know, they used to call him Trail. I said, well, is there anything else? He said, well, some people used to call him Walk Like a Dragon, because there's a movie called Walk Like a Dragon, and somehow one of the characters in it, people said it reminded them of Rudolph, so they started calling him Walk Like a Dragon. So I said, this is great, this is brilliant, because it led me to the point to say, I won't mention his name, because if I have all these nicknames, the Hammer, the Dragon, Trail, I said, that's enough, you know. I always say the songs that I write in 5 minutes are the ones that really hit the nail on the head, you know. And it was one of those moments where everything just came together. But driving home, thinking about Trail and the Hammer and the Dragon and so on, by the time I reached home, the song done, and the rest is history. When people started to feel kind of challenged by this song, because there was a backlash too, because that is Calypso, you know, that kind of thing. There was a fear because this thing was so strange that you either love it or you're kind of, I don't think it was hate, because I don't think it's hate. But I think it's just, you either love it or you get frightened by the possibilities of the song. I had to really think about, what have I done here? Or what has passed through my spirit? How do I move forward from here? I think I've moved with the spirit right, and that's why I'm still here.
As we gather around that day, I hear Sister Sheila say,
my favorite lyric is Thunder Roll She Balls, you see. I think every Trinidadian connects with that, you see. You see? You know, the whole cadence of the thing, you know, it's just like that moment. I will be singing the song, and if it's one thing you hear the entire audience say when they reach that point in the song, it's, you see? You know? So there's a kind of a connection, a communion with that certain things we do. I had been on my own as an artist since I was 10 years old. I was always David Rudder. You know, it's always the older Calypsonians who name the younger Calypsonians. You know, I remember it was Kitchener's 10. Explainer had gone to sing, and what's your name? He's saying, Vincent Henry. He said, no, you can't be Vincent Henry. You just explain when you explain your song, so use explainer. That was a magical moment, because that moment was a part of the tradition. So right on stage on that night, you know, in '86, he said King David, and that was it. So I get it from Sparrow.
He was right here in the savannah, right here in Panorama, right here inside Desperado's bar. Right here in the savannah, right here in Panorama, see him with the hammer in the hand.
are going to make a video. Yeah. Now I read somewhere today, somebody say that this is not a calypso, but we're going to sing it anyway. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to still go to Brazil.
I always felt that Bahia Girl was going to win the road match. Although the rest of the band, the rest of the world said, nah, that's so slow and thing. I said, this song has a jumpy in it.
We're going to get out of hand now. We're going to get out of hand now. We're going to get out of hand now. Raise your hand if you feel it.
It started off as a song that I wrote for Crazy. Crazy had gone to Ellis Chowdhury, who was the manager of Charlie's Roots. And he said, Ellis, I need a sponsor for my record. So Ellis said, well, let David write some songs for you and you know, we'll produce it and thing. So he said, yeah boy, David, write some songs for me and thing. So I go on and I wrote a song called Jump Up. I wrote Bahia Girl, and I wrote a song called Madness. So I said, well, I have 3 songs already. He said, yeah, good. Next thing you know, Crazy disappeared, Crazy living in the States. I don't think he had any intentions of really doing these songs. So I had these songs. So the idea was with Bahia Girl, he had a song called Muchacha. Pilim, pim, pilim, pim, pum, pim. Me, muchacha. So, you know, he met this girl from Venezuela and things. So I said, all right, this time he's meeting a girl from Brazil. You know, because the original line was, this girl from Bahia, staying in Moruga. This lady real lucky. She bunks up the Crazy. As a man with a plan, I really didn't waste no time. I make up my mind tonight, that Brazilian is mine.
This girl from Bahia, staying in Moruga. This lady real.
This song so kind of compelling, it's infectious. I don't do it. So I rewrote it in the sense where I met this girl from Bahia, and I thought, well, this is easy pickings. But the more we talk, and I couldn't understand what she was saying, her language, but I still trying to communicate. And the more I communicate, I realized this thing is not what I think it is. This person is a spirit or something, you know? So then when I wrote it in the sense that, to say, like, I started to notice, wait, like he's a Baptist? She said, no. Trinidad and Brazil have the same vibration. Ile Ife, which is like the homeland for the Yoruba people. Ile Ife, she make me understand. And that's the moment when I realized I was actually talking to Mother Africa. The chant, pim, 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 that was basically the universal calling of the people, you know, to come and let the spirits be free. And so the song got transformed into that when I decided to do it for myself. I take off my shirt was to show she met Trini Prance. She put on a smile as the damnedest is samba dance. So it was that I take off my shirt, she put on something, you know. Those were 2 lines there.
What that woman do to me, I just couldn't.
I was flying to New York and the flight attendant said, Bahia Girl. So I said, what about it? She said, she just joined the church or something, and she said that the pastor had brought down some fella from Nigeria. And the fella said how the chant in Bahia Girl bring out a bad spirit from Africa. So anytime you play it on the radio, it used to influence the people, but they don't know they're being influenced. So you hear all kind of stories. So I say, well, in a strange way, and it was like, I say, you really believe that? She said, yes, that's what the pastor said. It was just interesting that the way people react to songs, you know. I mean, once you have a pastor around, in trouble. Someone from the Brazilian embassy, Dr. Yeda Castro, a historian, when I mentioned Ile Ife, the Brazilian embassy invited me to come in, and we had a discussion, and she said, I'm going to take this thing to Brazil. She was from Bahia, so she was very much into the candomblé, which we call Shango, and the history, and she said, Bahia, it's like Trinidad, you know. And I went there, it's true, because Bahia is it's like Levantine. It's almost like people talking with a different language, but it's Levantine. And I got to go to a Shango yard, huge, and it's the Mais de Shanto, which is the mother of the saints of that yard. So they brought me forward to her and so she said something, and the whole place burst out a laugh, you know. And I was confused, you know. I don't know what should I do? So after it was done, Colleen, who was my interpreter, she said, I said, what is happening there now? She said, all she said was, but he cute, eh? And he plays. So these are the moments I remember, you know. I met Ile, which is a big, I call it a big rhythm section. Michael Jackson used them on his album, one of his albums, and Paul Simon on Rhythm of the Saints. The leader of the group, he gave me some instruments that I actually used on some songs. Keisha went to Brazil the other day, and the guy said, you know David Rudder? Tell him, so I said hello, you know. And this is after 20-something years, you know. So for that kind of connection that stays that strong in his mind, that as he heard Trinidad, he said David Rudder. You know, I felt that was all worthwhile, you know.
In and ball out like she insane. I never thought my times would come again. When we jam, it used to rule these people tongue. The hoity-toity used to run when we are wrong. She forget she was cooking for she amazed. There's got to be a band from my jammy days. She pull up, she dress, cock she mouth, and start to walk up, she belly inside, you know. People try their best to cool she down. They even send for she man, they say, well, he's strong. He was an Indian from Belmont, they call Karut. He really tried to cool she down for truth. She fling him off, not for hell, she wouldn't listen. Then she start to whine like she never christened. She body make out of blood and bacchanal, and she bottom come to mash up the carnival.
I always tell people, there's a friend of mine who said that. I said, what did you say that? I said, I'm going to whine like I never christened. And it started hitting me. The kind of influence the church had on society. The only way you could whine to that level is if you're in Christian. So I say, that is a song right there. She started whining like she never christened. And she body make out of blood and bacchanal. You know? So it's like, who messes with that? Go at your own peril, you know, or your own glory. It's up to you. And I build this song around that line. And I built the story of the little man and Enid. But that was the catalyst for the song.
We're not busy enough, shout little man, as he pull out the ancient Tenapan. Carnival so that is a back, so we're going in town, bring it back.
Little man is really a metaphor for the poor man. When Carnival started to change, the men that used to make the dragon costume, and he might be Mr. John Williams, taxi driver, but at Carnival time, when he put on a costume, he's the dragon. And the whole idea that this man, every day after the last Carnival, he started to put wires together and tie it up and started to put scales, put on a couple of scales today. And he built this thing for a whole year to come in town and play itself, you know. And that is the Trinidad I knew growing up, you know, like I still remember past playing Backman Shuffle every morning. I just felt that part of the, you know, you're seeing the same people with the grandchildren and they're passing on the truck. So I said, let me write a tribute to these people who actually made the carnival, but like they kind of pushed out now, you know, they can't cross the rope. The rope's there to protect a different kind of masquerade. So Little Man was actually a metaphor for that time past. They build up a groove and it starts to come down the hill. But the band keeps growing bigger and bigger, you know, and then they reach the Memorial Park. And somebody from the NCC comes down and tell them, well, they can't go on now because they have Poison and Barclay in front. And the fella say, boy, I beat my name so in 53. So then the magical moment comes when they ignore the official from the NCC and they come on, they start to play a set of rhythms and the Black Indians start to chant, and suddenly all the big time millennial band, they just like the partner of the Red Sea, they all scatter by the bleachers and the long time band passed through.
Then the Black Indian chant out in a rage. Next thing they on the Savannah stage, all that way happened. I was there in person, 10,000 of them, jamming kites or rhythm.
Carnival must represent the times it exists in, you know. But it's just that because you know how Carnival used to be, you can't explain to a young person now that there was something about Carnival then. More than just the costumes and so on, but people used to play a mass, you know, it's like it was just part of the community, you know. And a lot of the community got left out, you know, when things change, you know. People might say, well, maybe they should have changed too, but Mr. John, he wanted to be the dragon till he died. He wanted to struggle to cross the dry river. So I had to write about him too.
Long time coming down, long time coming down.
I feed off the country, of wherever I am. I feed off of it, you know. If something inspires me strongly enough, I know there's a song coming. But also, I have a kind of strange connection with mad people. Mad people like to talk to me. There was a guy called Mad Mac on Belmont Circular Road where we used to hang out. And Mac would walk with a piece of pig iron and ask people, what is this? And if you say, that's a piece of gold, you know, he say, good answer. But if you say it's a piece of pig iron, he might hit you with his hand. He had an army of soldiers in a glass jar called Go Bong and the Little Men. He and I would sit in the night on the block and he would say, well, today I conquered Cuba and America. And my men are tired now, so, and he put them back in the bottle. Anyway, I go, I meet some madmen, and madmen tell me all kind of crazy things, you know. And sometimes they make sense. The madman, in this particular case, he said, this is it, I've been hit. And he had to come from that era where we grew up with Radio 610 and Radio Trinidad, because there's a Nat King Cole song with the bottom fellas and the to tell the show, this is it, I've been hit. I was walking along, minding my business, when love came and hit me in the eye. Trinidad was getting to a kind of state where you see people kind of start to get tired. The attitude in the road get kind of dread and everything is falling apart, you know. And I had 3 conversations with madmen on Brian Harper Promenade. And the last one was funny because he had a collar and tie and a suit, like he was working in an insurance company or what have you. And he come in his store and he tell me, say, I like your music, but you ain't good at slide in the family stone. I said, no. He said, no. You is a man, I from San Rafael. I never hear you say nothing about San Rafael. You apologize to San Rafael. Eh? Haiti, I'm sorry, but what about San Rafael? San Rafael, I'm sorry. So I realized he's a madman too. So it's like, they come in all different shapes and sizes, you know? And I always, people say, like, just follow you. Tony Hall say, but just follow you. So this man, no time to give up, brother, no time to quit. You know, when you reach a point where you say, I can't make it, nah, this place, nah, I give up. And the madman said, no chance, no time to give up, no time to quit. So if he could say that, I'll come again.
This is it, I've been hit. No time to give up, brother, no time to quit.
I would hope that with the songs, people could say to themselves, you know, I never thought about it that way and go and do something. I think that happens there. Because people come and meet me and tell me, you know, after I hear this song, I decide to do this and do that or the other and, you know, try to do my best for the society. And it does affect people in that kind of way. And it's just nice to know that at least, even if it's one person, heard it and help them change their lives and the lives of other people because of it, you know. That has happened all the time. People come and meet me and say, thanks for that song, and they go on their way. I say, okay, this song was worthwhile. Being on the road, Europe, North America, and, you know, as the case may be, especially like when it's getting cold, I would hear people saying, boy, I wish I was home now. And I remember I met 2 guys on a flight back to Trinidad, and the story they're telling me was like, they both work on Wall Street, and something happened and somebody said, I could throw back a cold Bobby's beer right now and burn the back of my throat. And if I say, you thinking so too? They call the airline and make a booking. Left the job the day, jump on the plane, get the passport, jump on the plane. And I said, so when they headed down from that conversation, he said, yes. You take a few days down there and pass and burn the back of the throat with beers and head back on the road.
But a concrete jungle drum can't play no calypso. No. So I'm saying, so come
There was a time when you come into Piaco, there's a copse of trees, of long skinny trees on one side of the. When you see that as you come into land, it used to kind of give a vibe like, and then I said, oh God, look at that, look at the trees. You kind of learning they have to do that. They just jump on a plane. The kind of effect that has on people, you know. That's why I wrote this song. And then one day in Toronto, a fellow say, come backstage, and he tell me, he said, family, children going to school here, things going good health service and so on, you know. Real good, life is good and thing, you know. And then I went on to do this thing. So he went back in the audience, second half, and I do this song. And I say, imagine 20 below and hot sun shining in Trinidad and thing. And I see him fella sitting on the front seat and he started crying. That, I remember that, I say, well, I watch him and I say, that's what this song is about. People, they love the line sticky mango juice. Most of them will come and say, sticky mango juice. Yeah, and then it's so funny that sometimes they will start arguing, starch or Julie. So that's a side thing that happens. It just sums up the degree of the nostalgia, you know? That you can just switch to that, you know? But for people who like 10, 15 years, they want to come home or they can't come home. That song was, I mean, it says it's for our lonely soul. That song was to them.
Calling me home, making me high. Calling me home, making me high. Soca music, take me back to my love. Thank you.
I've started to write my autobiography, and I stopped at a certain point, and I keep telling myself, well, I have to go back to it now. But then a song or two will get in the way. And then I realized, wait, these songs are actually my autobiography, in a sense, you know? Like these songs are part and parcel of what my story is, you know? It's all about connection, connecting with insanity, connecting with a spirituality, you're connecting with the people on the ground who usually have the answer. They kind of know more things. And for the people who detached, there's something inside there for them to communicate with too. They all can bring people together, bring spirits together, because these are the stories of our life and times. That's the reality. I just happen to write in a different kind of style, but that's the reality. To reflect our life and times. And these songs do that.
The action is here. Everybody, hands in the air. Tell me why, soca music gone clear. Yeah, people wave and bow to the king. The action is here. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. The action is here.